Hang on, I'll be back. Oh, damn. Apologies, people. Some technical issue happened earlier. First time ever. Never happened to me before. It's the heat, people. It's the heat. Just blame the heat for that. Yes, people. We are another episode of Let's Talk LFC today, episode 7. We're going to be talking about obviously FSG. Not many people want them around, and a lot of people are upset about the transfer situation we got at the moment. So let me bring in the panel I got today. Hopefully it will work this time. We've got Stephen Somerville. All right, Stephen, what's going on? You all right, mate? Take two, bro. Right, take two. You okay, Stephen? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, all good. I've been speaking a lot about FSG this week, and only continue with that. But we're here. That's how let's do this.
Hello, Klopp Talk. How you doing, bro? Everything good with you?
Yeah, man, I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, big up, pleasure to make my debut on Fozzy, man. I made it. Welcome. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Pleasure's mine, and glad to have a decent few people around me with Stephen and Sonny as well. Always a pleasure to be on stream with them.
And we've got Sonny from the Liverpool Addiction. I don't want to say the old one. I nearly said it there, Sonny. Yeah. But how you doing, bro?
I'm good. How's everything? It's just other than the owners right now, because I don't know about you lot, but it's getting frustrating now with the owners. Of course, it always has been, but now it's piling up now.
Big up, Finn.
Yeah. So, guys, let's just speak about basically the contract issue with Henderson. Let's start off with that. What do you guys think about it? I looked at it from a lot of different angles. I have posted about it, obviously, in a video as well, and I did talk about it. I said sometimes you got to look at the age of the player and what's to come next. You know what I mean? If they're gonna do like a contract for like 1 year contract extension, I understand that. But from what I've heard, the issue with Henderson is he wants a contract here and now, and there's a lot of clubs sniffing around Henderson now to give him a 3-year contract, and like PSG and Atletico Madrid. But where do you see it, Stephen? Where do you see the issue with this with Henderson at the moment, mate? Because do you want to give him a 3-year contract, or are you happy with a 1 year contract in a continuous basis just to check on his injuries and all that?
I mean, to think of the fact that giving Henderson a 1-year contract from now is diabolical, really. I mean, you're talking about someone who's led to the Premier League and Champions League, which the likes of Steven Gerrard hasn't done, and left in the Premier League before. I mean, Henderson is going to go down as one of the great. Now, people will say, maybe from Real fans, that he's not like a player that many of us would thought he would get to, but he's become this player that has been become a leader in that position. Do you know what I mean? What I stand on the whole Henderson thing is it's something to do with these owners, and I don't know why they think about this. They don't see something in Henderson that's going to work long term. But now, to me, that's ludicrous, because if you think about it, what if we sold Henderson right this season? I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but if we were to sell our captain this season for the ludicrous amounts of abomination, say, of money, then I'm talking about the fact that I don't think anyone's going to succeed him, because I think what he brings to the team is leadership, getting at the defenders, because that's what helps them. I think Mo Salah, Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Fabinho, that's what they strive on. Remember Fabinho was brought back in that midfield position back in the springtime, and it definitely helped us get in the top 4. Yeah, there's certain things I think FSG are going down a route that I don't like. Sure, I think by April time I was done with the owners anyway. The whole Super League, back on 3, that was the nail in the final straw that broke the camel's back. But it's now. I see FSG going down a dodgy path if they continue not giving us the business like this summer. Like already, we should be talking about getting players in already, but now we're just talking about a number per summer. and they're saying that 2000.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, Stephen. Like I was thinking, like if you look at a couple of years back, guys. If you look at a couple of years back, Liverpool Football Club, like was running in a certain way, and we already had our transfer targets before we like the new season was about to start, so we could get ready for the pre-season. Now is a struggle for some reason or another. Like, why is this happening a lot, Sonny? Like, why are we like all of a sudden reverted back to the Liverpool of the 90s? You know, boring Liverpool. Like, you know, Liverpool that we that has no ambition, Sonny. Like, why have we gone to that kind of Liverpool?
I can't say because who knows. But I remember when I don't know if you don't remember. It was like an injection. This is like a few months ago of money, where because the club lost money due to the pandemic and we couldn't spend because of the pandemic. We got like an injection. I forget what it was called. It was like a bird project, something like that. That they gave money to the club, so it was like back to before the pandemic. So now the fact that we're not even speaking about bringing players in, or we're trying to keep our best players, I don't even understand this because we're not even focused on players coming in, and we need to bring players in. But now we're speaking about keeping our best players. Liverpool shouldn't be in a position where we're struggling to keep our best players, and the owners are struggling to keep our best players.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Klopp Talk, like, mate, with the current situation with Liverpool, Klopp Talk? We're going back to sell to buy. As soon as that, you know, with Liverpool, Klopp Talk. As soon as the issues and all that stuff drifts by, we go back to normality, like sell to buy again. That's what's happening. We just sold Grujic not so long ago. We got rid of Wijnaldum. We got rid of, I think, one of the strikers in the youth as well recently. So, what do you think, Klopp Talk? Like, is it just going back to normality, like not trusting the owners again?
Look, I don't really trust the owners, man. I just think, you know, they've done some good things to the club, but I think we all remember the some of the bad things that they've done as well. You know, like I can only name like a few with the furlough scheme, the ticket prices, the Wijnaldum stuff, the Super League, and now this stuff. This shouldn't really be a conversation when we're talking about Henderson's contract. You know what he's done for the club. It should just just give him that contract, but at the end of the day, football is a ruthless business, and you know I think all football fans, we get too attached to players now. Like I really want to keep Henderson 100%, but I think this is why Sir Alex Ferguson and Pep Guardiola work at such a high level for a continuous period, is because look, there's different money. They're backed by different amounts of money. They have money pumped into the club from left, right and centre, whereas maybe we're not as much, but you know they always bring in force backups and always look forward for the future, not just live in the now. And I think that's what we're slipping into. Like we're not, like, we have some promising young guns and young academy players, but at the end of the day, you need quality as well from all different areas of Europe, because the game is getting so quick now. Technically, it's we need players, and we need them fast, because we just need to keep developing as a team and stay at the top for as long as possible and build on that.
Yeah. And Matthew's asking, do you think FSG would sell Liverpool? I don't think so. We're an investment at the end of the day. We're not. Let me put it straight to you, Matthew. Liverpool is an investment that brings rewards to American owners. You know what I mean? No matter who the owners are, we're always going to bring rewards to their pockets. That's what we're all about. And I'm 100% sure there was a lot of Arabs that wanted Liverpool, and these owners didn't want to sell to them. That's how it is. You know what I mean? We're an investment at the end of the day. Sorry, Stephen. These owners didn't want to sell. About sorry, Did you say something?
No, nothing happened. Sorry.
No. According to Neil Jones, anyway, guys. According to Neil Jones, apparently Henderson will stay the same, but I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. But there's a lot of reports saying today Arsenal are one of the clubs that's chasing him now, and it would be a great benefit for them if they get him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Stephen. What do you think of the Gini Wijnaldum issue as well? I've heard about Gini Wijnaldum wanted to stay. Klopp wanted him to stay, but the club still didn't give him a contract, and they got rid of him. This is what FSG do, as we all know. Would you want him to stay? Did you want him to go?
Personally, yeah, I wanted him to stay because I thought that there was no one better out there to potentially replace him, and like the way we're looking now in terms of getting a replacement, it looks very dull at the moment. But what I thought about Gini Wijnaldum in the situation, whenever Thiago came in, I thought the depth of the midfield was going to be immense. We could have rotated left, right, and centre for like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 seasons with Gini Wijnaldum and Thiago as an example, or maybe give them maybe at Henderson, Henderson a break, or Fabinho a bit of a break, along those lines. But no, FSG let it roll on. It went on for months, and I kind of got sick and tired of hearing it because I just want to play football. I just want to get on with the season. So I think by the time, I think it's springtime, you hear these stories that it looks like Gini's it's guaranteed that Gini's gonna go and he's not gonna renew the contract, and I think there's mixed emotions about it. Now we all gave Gini Wijnaldum the clap at the end when he came off at the end of his last ever game. Now that was a bit emotional, sad to see, because what Gini has brought to me, he always brings back those Barcelona memories, for me, and
of course,
I just think that FSG, if then they messed up the whole Gini situation. If they're going to go on and do this stuff for Henderson now, and if they don't back up what they said, then they're either deaf. They're showing me what the Glazers did when they took over Man United. Now, to me, what saved Man United on them Glazers was, I think it was about 2005, 2006, where a certain situation with the Glazers happened, and the fans weren't happy. But the thing was, Sir Alex Ferguson still to help. He was able to save that because he had those quality players that that helped him win league titles. Until about 2013 came, David Moyes takes over, and the stats show that from then it hasn't been good enough for Man United standards. You know what I mean? And I think the Glazers have done that, deliberately to them, and they haven't backed it up when Sir Alex Ferguson left. So what happens when Klopp leaves? That's the question. That's my biggest fear here. What if potentially Klopp leaves one day and we're still stuck with these owners and they don't have anything to back up for it, and we end up in a situation where Man United are where they were. So that is my biggest fear here. What if you're in Klopp?
Can I just say something as well? What I noticed is when I wouldn't even say pray, when people back FSG, they usually say something like they made the most money out of sales from players, stuff like that. But doesn't that come down to the manager? And when they say that they break the transfer when they break the transfer thing by bringing in, who was it, Van Dijk and Alisson, we only bought them in because of the net spend from what we sold Coutinho, and Coutinho was that player because of our manager. So like you say, when Klopp goes, that's your biggest fear. It's your biggest fear for a good reason, because we probably won't make those sort of sales from players because we won't have those good players anymore, especially with our players aging. I seen a list earlier of our pretty much our best players. Salah's 29, Henderson's 31, Wijnaldum was, but he left. Mane's 29, Firmino's like 30, 31. All of our best players, or a lot of our best players, are 29 to 30. And when you notice with FSG as well, is when the player gets past 30 and they need a new contract, there's trouble. It's always once they get past 30. The contract talks are so...
This is what I come in. This is what I come in, Sonny. This is what I come in. This is why when players want to leave and fans turn against them, it's wrong, because they know what's to come. If you know what I mean, Sonny, they know what's to come. They know when they reach a certain age, the owners ain't gonna renew their contract and they want them out. That's is it true or not, Sonny? It always happens on a regular basis. And then people turn on the players. It's nothing to do with the players. The players do want to play for the club, but it's what. I've heard our wage structure is very low as well compared to other teams. We don't pay a lot either. So how do you want a winning team on the pitch when you're paying peanuts money for the players you already got? And that's hence why we're not even going for our top players. When was the last time you heard a top player come to Liverpool, people? Like, Klopp talk to me. Like, who was the last top player? Who was the last top player?
Van Dijk, bro. But that's the problem. It's like, although we're stuck in this model of making normal players world class, we've still got to have like your Thiagos very often, because those bring another bit of sauce. They bring another bit of energy to the team. And look, I agree with all what you said, and the whole idea that FSG won a Champions League. No, the players won a Champions League. The FSG won a Premier League. No, the players won a Premier League, man. And it's all. Look, FSG did well to sort of make these sales, but then Sonny made the brilliant point there that that's all down to what Klopp has implemented into this Liverpool team. So, look, we need to keep developing, and at the moment, I just think that we're just stuck in the now. Like, there's no sort of where's the direction? There's no. It just feels like there's no direction. There's no sort of long-term project and what they want to achieve in 5 years. It just seems to be what they want to achieve next season, which is good. Yeah. But at the same time,
well, right. Well, all right. That's about it.
We want that sort of security.
That's all like a. That's what I mean.
For a long period of time.
Yeah. That's what I was about to come to as well, Klopp Talk. Well said, bro. And let me throw this out to you. Like, we won the Premier League. What's next? What's the next progression?
Exactly,
Stephen. Like, what? I mean, like, I don't want to be staying here. We should be like going further. We become the best team in the world, but that's it. After that, where have we been? Like, where are we going? I mean, what do you think, Stephen? Like, where are we going next with these, especially with these owners? Like Finna says, it's Red Bull. Like, they got 750 million investment.
Oh, that was the thing. Yeah, that was where it would bring us back to before the pandemic, where we won't struggle to sign players. But who we've really brought in other than Kanate?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We only made sales. It's like we're rushing everyone out the door and we're still bringing no one in.
Yeah,
it's like I'd rather have
honest.
Like if you said to me Gini Wijnaldum's going to leave, I'd be gutted. But then to the point where, well, if you're going to let him go, bring someone in, because that's what you do. You fill that void.
Exactly, bro. Because like, at the end of the day, he leaves a big gap. He leaves a big gap on and off the pitch. You know what I mean? On the pitch, he's a leader. Off the pitch, he's a leader as well, apparently, from what I've heard in the club. So, like, people like this is the ones you hold on to for a while. You look at Milner. What is he? 35. Look at the leadership we have. This is apparently this is going to be his last season as well. So why don't we keep the leaders that we need the most as long as possible, and then we could think about that afterwards. There's a lot of things I don't understand about FSG as well. Now, apparently, I don't know if you guys heard it today. We're linked with what's his name from West Ham, Bowen. Apparently, Gerard Bowen. What? How? Come on, people! Like, how are we gone that low, Sonny? I know Sonny always with FSG.
No, but I actually rate Gerard Bowen, so it's a bit of a weird one to say. I think he's a good player, but the thing is with Gerard Bowen is he's English and plays for West Ham, so you just know it'd be above 50 mil. And you can probably get two players who are probably around the same ability for the same price. So that's the thing with English players, with English tax. But I do rate Gerard Bowen. I think he'd actually be quite good for us.
I mean, Gerard Bowen for me is,
I think for a club like Liverpool, I don't think we should be going that low, man. I don't think so. I think we should
not if we're trying to bring him into to start for us. 100% no. But I think if he was to be a fringe player, which to be fair, it would probably try and get in the starting team anyway, so there probably should be better out there for us.
Yeah, there's better players out there. But when you look at it, we were having the debate in the group chat, and as well as I agree with them, but the fact where we bought Jota, and I look, stats are from mugs. You know what I'm trying to say. If you just work off stats, then it's like look at Thiago in the Champions League when Bayern won it. I don't think he had a goal or an assist, but he was, when we were watching him, he's world class, and that just proves the stats aren't everything in football. But Gerard Bowen, obviously, he's consistent when he plays, but Sonny made the point there, he's going to be about 50 million. And then when you break it down, we bought Jota from Wolves, who, when we bought Jota from Wolves, they were about 6th in the table. If we go to pursue Gerard Bowen, they're in a similar position in the table, similar sort of player. I don't think his counter-pressing is as good as Jota, but, he has similar sort of numbers. So, look, I want more proven players like, your Rafinhas, but then don't we all want like the Sal Niguez's and the Rafinhas and those type creative players, Coutinho-esque players. But unfortunately, what have we come to? Gerard Bowen, but no, in all fairness, I don't only watch it with the West Ham games, but sometimes when I watch it, he's all right, he's decent. But Stephen, what do you think, lad? What do you think on Gerard Bowen?
Go on, Stephen.
I mean, today, the reactions I've seen for this transfer is it's very mixed. It's very 50-50, to be honest with you. And I'm kind of, I don't know where I'm at with it. I'm kind of leaning towards the fact maybe give it a go. but I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up failing as well. I'd probably end up being another Minamino situation, but I think the only way we get Jarrett Bowen is we sell Origi or Shaq, because I think the club will come out and said they have to sell one of those to even bring in a forward. Now, to me, if you think about it, to me that's ludicrous, because I keep hearing this over and over again. Our Liverpool broke. Our Liverpool broke after winning a Champions League and after winning a
We ain't broke. We ain't broke. But they're saying because of the pandemic. It's because to do with the pandemic or something.
But let me finish. They furloughed staff. That was a disgrace. And then they went into the Super League. All that bullshit. Now, and to be fair, that we probably broke. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if we were, but I don't think we are broke. I just think these owners are lazy and don't want to spend the right money on the certain players like the Solomon, the Gazes, or the Rafinhas. To be honest with you, to retain the titles, to retain Premier Leagues and go and win Champions Leagues, those are the players you should be buying. And then we're going for a Jarrett Bowen, like West Ham standards. You know what I mean? Not saying they fail, but I feel like FSG are doing this again over and over again, and it's getting frustrating to the point where I'm just accepting it at this point, because I just do not see that big signing. Like,
this is what I like about Sonny. Sonny always argues the case about Liverpool Football Club, and everybody shuts him down with it. I watch your stuff, Sonny. Don't think I don't do that, mate. Like a lot of you're always against FSG. You always tell the truth about them. A lot of people turn against you for it. But you're telling the truth, and now it's all like it's everybody to see like what they are all about. They're not here for passion reasons, people. Like let me put it out there for you guys here. I support Liverpool. I'm 42 now, believe it or not. I've supported Liverpool since the 80s, so I know what I see down the years. And these owners, along with those Cowboys, I don't see a lot of difference, because they don't come to games, they don't invest out of their pocket, and what have we? Apart from stadium refurbishments or whatever they want to do, that has nothing to do with us.
Lied as well, it's the fact that they've actually lied, because remember when we won the Champions League, they said they would back Jurgen Klopp. We made 2 signings or 3 signs that summer. Adriano made us worse. Sepp van den Berg, who's at Preston now, and Javier, who's a good signing, but how much was he?
Yeah, they were practically nothing, man. You know what I mean?
6 million or something.
Yeah, and exactly.
So Sonny,
that's crazy. Not backing the manager, which they said they would.
Sonny, so what we all know, guys. We all know the club is going to leave in 2024. I don't see any developments. I don't. Like with him, I think he's had his trust with these owners. I think he's had enough of it. I think he's done with it. I think 2024 is the last year of his contract, and he's going to be going. What do we do about these owners, Sonny? Like, how can we? I know, like, we can't get the match straight away. It's going to take us gradually, but what do we do, man? Because they're going to be here. You know what I mean? No matter what we
don't have the fan base to take them out, man. The amount of stuff I've seen on social media where people just blindly back these owners for some reason I can't describe. Like I said, their biggest backing in the owners is the fact that they've bought in Van Dijk and Alisson. But the reason we bought in Van Dijk and Alisson is because we sold Coutinho, who was our best player at the time. So we sold our best player. That's something you don't want to do as a club, especially as Liverpool. So they're going to stay. They're not going to go. There's no way no way us fans kick them out the door anyway. There's not enough people
like some people say, bro. Like some people say, Liverpool fans are the worst fans to mess with. If they want you out, they can get you out. That's what a lot of people say, and it's true. I've experienced it down the years. When we wanted Boy Hodgson out, we didn't even turn up to games. Most of us, you know what I mean?
I just think FSG would have to do a lot more for the fan base as a whole. Because from what I've seen, there's too many blinded Liverpool fans, is what I'd say anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Football Century says Henderson is one of the players that should retire at Liverpool. Nah, man, come on.
It's not even
I think he should.
He should retire. No, it's just so frustrating because you've all raised the point there, and it's like we won the Champions League, we won the Premier League, we won the Super Cup, Club World Cup. We're signed with Nike, we're one of the biggest clubs in world football. With one of the biggest brands, and I know we don't like to link football and business because that'll be too much like what these owners have done to like basketball, baseball. They've changed it from a sport to a brand and a business. But it's mad. I looked it up before the stream. We have the 3rd best wage structure in the league. Chelsea and Man City are ahead of us. and it's like we don't have any money. Then we look at the sales and look at what we I worked out £86 million for our whole back four. When you break it down, 20 million each, and then you get in, was it Robertson, arguably one of the best left backs in the world, Trent, arguably one of the best right backs in the world, and then on form Van Dijk, one of the best, well, probably the best centre back in the world, in my opinion. And then you have Gomez, the thing is quick and suits the system, and that's all 86 million. So it's mad, but then we don't have any money.
Let me ask you guys a question, Stephen. Like, you know, when Van Dijk and Gomez, all the injury players come back to the team, are they still going to be the same players? Are we going to rely on that? Are we not going to get like players that's going to back them up? What are we going to do?
Well, look, it could work out. I mean, Van Dijk, he won't drop. I know for a fact he will not drop his head in any game. I know I could ever seen him play before. Like, I think if it's going to depend how they come back. I mean, these games against Norwich, against Brentford, against Chelsea, they're going to be absolutely crucial in how we play and how the players have come back to how they responded back from these, really hard injuries. Do you know what I mean? But look, I want to put it back to Henderson here real quick because people said Henderson should not retire at Liverpool. For me, I'm more differently. I think he should retire because I do not think for a fact we can get anyone better than Henderson than what we've got already. If we can keep Henderson at this club, I think we'll be more better than what we were to be if we were to continue to sell Henderson. God forbid, if that were to happen. Like, I think keeping Henderson till he retires will only give you more sort of hope in terms of how he'll keep dragging the team forward. I mean, Milner's still the club and he's for like 36, 35.
But look at Fernandinho as well.
I understand that, but I don't think Henderson is I can't even compare Henderson to Fernandinho. I think Fernandinho is an absolutely brilliant footballer and what he's done with Man City. I can see Henderson keeping going until he's retired, and whether it's Liverpool or whether it's another club, I can see him still going.
I agree.
But I think we need guys. I don't know about you. I think we need to tie him down quickly to a new contract because if we keep letting this go, and it's going to continue on with this news. I don't want
it could be like similar to Genie Wilder, minute. It's frightening, honestly, guys. Guys, so. Yeah, listen, we all know our position with FSG, and it's like Sonny said, we can't drive them out. I mean, it'll take a lot for us to do that as well. I don't think we're linked to any players generally. I don't think we've even made an attempt. I've heard Saul from Atletico Madrid is desperate to join us. That's what I've heard. And Liverpool are in lockerheads with Atletico Madrid on the actual financial side of things. I don't know if you guys heard anything about that. Have you heard about that, Sonny?
But do you know what the concerning thing is, though? It's not even just about him, but our targets that we've been linked to, like all of our targets, Daniel Marlon being one. He looks like he's about to sign for Dortmund, and then when you take him away, who actually is there that we can go out and get? Like, we've been linked with Bowen. I like him, but I'd much rather someone like a Daniel Marlon. So it's not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, and as he says, FSG might as well, if they don't want to invest in the team, just get lost, basically. Get out.
They're too soft. They're just far too soft for me. Just far too soft.
No, it is worrying, Stephen. I've for years, I've had suspicions about them. Like you get rid of one Americans and you get another one, but nothing really changes a lot, and then it's just a continuation of the same thing. People backing them, they said that about 10 years ago, and then we're still talking about it now. And I mean, it's really annoying, man. It's really, really annoying. So other than FSG out. What do we expect for the season, Stephen? Do we need any positions that we need to fill in, like to compete with Man City and Man United and Chelsea?
I mean, for me, you have to sort out the midfield position and you have to sort out the backup for Salah because that's the only way I can see us competing again. If we have a terrible transfer window and if we don't address those situations soon, then I believe we're going to be in another top 4 race. And it's so sad. It'll be sad for me to say that, but. Yeah, we cannot continue going down that path again. We can't be 2017 again. We can't be bad. It's all good going for top 4 and keeping up in that top 4 in the Premier League. But when you want to compete with the title, every so often. So if we get all the positions sorted, then I think we're on our title race. But if we don't, then I think it's downhill from there for me.
What about you, Sonny? What do you think, mate? Like,
do you know what the concerning thing is? I think we forgot about. As of now, I reckon our front three would probably be Jota, Salah, and Mane. But can we not remember the second half of last season? What the finishing was probably some of the worst finishing I think I've ever seen. Salah would score a goal a game, but he would miss like 6 chances a game. Mane just wouldn't be able to put the ball in the net. Firmino was the exact same as Mane. Jota then kind of like inherited from the others. Jota started off really good, finishing everything, and then he came back into the team, and then he was missing chances as well as them. So for me, I just think we need to freshen up the attack. The midfield, I think we could probably get away with not bringing in the midfielder, but we need to. I just think we're more likely to get away with no midfield signing and no attack signing.
What about you, Klopp Talk? What do you think, man? What do we need for next season, bro? Because I'm desperate, like, for us to sign players. I can't see it happening, but what positions do you want to fill in? Klopp Talk, can talk to.
Is he Klopp Talk?
Is he there?
No, he doesn't even know.
Klopp Talk. He's freezing.
I don't know if he's freezing.
Come back.
I agree.
So we're delayed.
Let's see what Finn is saying for now. Chelsea, the same with the over 30s. Giroud gone this year. William last year. Cahill year before that. It's unusual, but we need to refresh and replace by the time the core ages 2 more years. Yeah, it's true, mate. Like, we do need to replace 100%. 100% we need to replace the players. But I don't. You know what's weird, guys? Is it Klopp because he's leaving in 2024? That's not like getting younger players in, or is it the club? Who is the actual problem here in that aspects of things? Isn't Klopp pushing it, saying let's go the young route, get some more like new players in, or is it just the owners that's just like doing whatever they want? Klopp Talk. What do you think, like, in that?
Sorry about that. I could hear most of it. It was just cutting out a little bit towards the end, but
that's all right, brother.
No, I think we usually do our business. I work out about 50 or something days after the window opens, and look, I think we have to sign somebody. I don't think we'll sign more than one player, but we need to have a Premier League proven player at least, one that can play in that midfield and winger. And the only one that really ticks that bill for me is Rafinha. I keep saying it, but I think we've seen him play in the 80, we've seen him play in the left, we've seen him play on the right, false nine, cam, striker. He's so versatile. But look, I think what we should expect from Liverpool over the next 4 years, I think you alluded to there, Fozzie. I think, I want to see us just constantly developing and bringing players in every season just to push the players in front of them. But, at the moment, I think Stephen said it at the start of the stream. I just think there's just no real direction at the minute. Like,
he's right.
You could, like, top 4 race could well be on if we don't sign somebody, because it's mad that we're even saying that when we won the Champions League like 3 seasons ago, won the Premier League and all of those trophies. So, bro, it's mad.
Stephen, are you worried? Like, all the teams around us, even below us, are improving their squad apart from us. Are you like worried in case we could? I honestly think Konate could be the signing. That's it. You know what I mean? Because I don't trust the owners no matter what. Do you think like that can happen?
I don't really get into these worriedness situations in terms of the season already, because I think if I just write off now, then it's a case of what's the point in supporting Liverpool then. It all depends on what we do in the start of the season. Chelsea are going to come to Anfield. That game for me will show where we are, because I know Chelsea are going to improve their squad. They just won a Champions League. Thomas Tuchel has sort of had one over Klopp already in terms of he came to Anfield and he kind of outplayed us. So if they deal with it and how they do this, but I wouldn't say I'm worried yet. It all depends on how we have the results at the start of the season. But if we beat Norwich, right? but we end up like going on this drought. Then you start to wonder, all right, what's going on here? Are we really improving, or are we just going backwards again as a club? We'll have to wait another 20 years after the next title. That's not what I want to say. So
don't say that.
I know I don't want to. I know I don't want to say that, but it might be the harsh reality here if we don't improve the squad. And I just want. We need to do the business. This is going to be a big few weeks for us. I know preseason has started, but these next few weeks in terms of transfers are going to be crucial, just for the owners to save their blushes going forward.
That's true. Finna says, how can we have 36-year-old Milner, but in doubt of keeping our club captain Henderson? Obviously, that is true. But the thing with Henderson is he's injury prone. People need to wake up to that. He's proper injury prone. That's why they're probably hesitant about him getting a contract as well. So to you, Sonny, are you worried about the teams around us improving and we're not doing anything?
Well, Chelsea as of now actually haven't improved, which is a good thing. Same as Man City. If that hangs out, I don't know. I doubt that will. I doubt they'll probably make massive signings. There's no way we make a massive signing whoever we bring in anyway. So we're gonna have to go back to a couple of years ago and just rely on passion again, man, because we're not gonna have the quality soon. We need to bring in the right players, but as of now, are we gonna do that? It doesn't look like it.
What about you, Klopp Talk? Do you think are you worried about the teams around us improving their squad?
I am, and you know what? I think I'm getting caught up too much in the future, but I think we'll be okay for this season. I think we can win something this season. But a few seasons further, then I'm unsure. But go on, Stephen. Go on.
Do you know what I worry about? And this could happen. Man United have already signed Sancho. They've already improved that position for the right wing. It looks like they're going to go and sign Varane. It looks like Varane and Maguire are going to be the partnership that backline going forward. I mean, Luke Shaw has had a brilliant Euros. He's going to come back better. Like Wan-Bissaka, who else? Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, and Rashford. I think they could be in the title picture if they get these deals over the line, because I feel like, I think Ollie has bottled it a lot, and it's good to see that the Man United bottled that Europa League, but I think Ollie will improve them. I think this season, I potentially could see them challenging for the title, whether we're in a potential title wish or not, or whether Man City are, or whether Chelsea are. I do predict this title race could be between 4 teams or 3 teams, and it's the case of the fact that they're improving their squads. You know what I mean? I mean, I hate to say that as a Liverpool fan, if Man United go on and win the title next season, oh my God, I don't know what I think about that at the moment, but now it's our turn. We have to improve more better than ever. I do not want Man United, because we don't want Man United to flip the script, in terms of dominance again. I don't want to see that. I've seen too much. We should be doing that. We should be, dominating, Man United in terms of, Ollie's not really that better of a manager than Jurgen Klopp, but anyway, you know what I mean? So, we shouldn't let that happen. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna get worried now, because I don't get worried. I don't get worried anyway about this part of the season. But like what everyone said, if we don't improve, then it's gonna be really hard to see us going back to what we were in a few years ago.
No, I agree.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with Man United, I'm not too worried, mate. I mean, they bought one player on the right wing. I mean, that's about it. What's changed? Maybe you said Varane at the back, but how do we know Varane is going to be as good as people think he is in the Premier League? And Premier League is a different kettle of fish, as everybody knows. It's a hard league to
To be fair, Fossey, it's just me projecting things. If it went into a way that I would fear, but it depends what Varane does. Coming into Man United at the back there. So,
I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you entirely. But with Man United, like you said, Ole is the manager. You know what I mean? So I'm not really too worried about Ole being a manager trying to win the league. It's not, as long as there's Klopp and Pep in the Premier League, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, mate. You know what I mean? They even sacrificed the league last season just to beat Liverpool. That's how like mentally they are, that club. So we don't need to worry about Man United, man. Honestly, people.
Let's hope not.
No. It's not going to happen, man. Honestly, guys. Thank you for coming on today. I appreciate this. You got to stay positive.
Got to try. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Got to try.
Yeah.
You got
quite energy.
Oh, there's another thing that come out apparently. FSG are claiming 2022-2023 is going to be a big spending transfer window. Yeah,
season.
yeah. You heard about this, people? You heard about this?
I remember we were meant to be signing Mbappe this summer. Now we're linked to bloody West Ham players.
Jared Bowen. Mbappe to Jared Bowen. Jeez.
It's over, man. It's over. Honestly, guys, that's me done because I'm sweating badly here. Thanks for coming on, honestly, guys. Much appreciated. I know it's the first time for all of you as well. Sonny, as pleasure as always, bro. Get those shows back, though, man. We need to be back on those shows again, man. I miss those shows with you.
Exactly, bro.
Klopp Talk, you're always welcome here, guys. Honestly, you're always welcome. Klopp Talk, thanks for coming on, bro. Stephen, always a pleasure seeing you here, mate. Thank you for everyone, honestly. Thank you very much.
I'll be back in a second. My pleasure, lads. My pleasure.
Back in a second.